It's May 27th, 2015. Charlie may have bit something more than a finger. No?
No,
No?
I don't even know what that reference is about.
Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Okay.
You are the worst investigative reporter ever.
I just
And this
realized.
is your Fortean Slip News.
Oh, that Charlie.
Yeah, that one.
From time.com, speaking of Charlie. Here's why people are freaking out over the Charlie challenge. It kind of has a ring to it. Here's a fun thing kids are doing these days with school supplies, using pencils to call upon an alleged Mexican demon with the Charlie
Love
challenge.
me a Mexican demon.
A Mexican demon.
They're way better than American demons, Steve.
Yeah. It's apparently the latest internet fad. The game is simple. You draw a grid on a piece of paper with yes and no in the boxes. You balance one pencil on top of another in the shape of a cross and ask something along the lines of, Charlie, are you here? Or Charlie, can we play? Then watch as the pencil moves and proceed to scream because, the pencil moves, you got to scream. For viral fun, film yourself doing this and share the result. Hey, that's a good idea, Chris. We should do a show.
Where we play Charlie the whole show?
Yes. They said it would go viral right there. Charlie's, here's the word I always have problems with. Origins, did I get it right this time?
Sure.
Are murky. The history of the game's incarnations around the internet, it goes back to 2008. A YouTube video titled Gigando Charlie, which involves a slightly different pencil-related game, showed up in 2014. According to the BBC, Twitter user at KLUH was an early adopter of the hashtag. So why did the pencils move? Well, the Independent credits the supernatural seeming occurrence to gravity and the awkward positioning of some pencils. So no.
Gravity, Steve, you can't escape it.
It's the demon of gravity. Gravity demon.
It's pretty much everywhere, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm told it's throughout the universe.
Charlie's no demon. I would like to try it for myself, though. And I think we should do it live some night if we ever get to it.
I think you should allow Charlie to be your auditor when you become clear.
I'm getting there. I'm on book 1 still.
How many thetans have you gotten rid of?
I haven't even read about thetans yet, but I will. From aplus.com. Weird trumpet sounds.
See, but if you have Charlie be your auditor, he'll tell you what your problems are before you ask the questions.
Yeah, see? So I don't even have to ask the question, and I don't even need pencils.
Do you have to have an e-meter when you have Charlie read you?
You might. I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the next story.
Weird trumpet sounds from the sky are creeping out people across the globe. In a very peculiar developing story, people from all around the world are hearing unidentified trumpet-like noises coming from the sky. One of the most recent videos, dated April 5th, comes from Germany, where a man filmed his child who had stopped in the middle of the street, frozen in fear from the sounds above. According to the New York Post, a Canadian woman named Kimberly Wookie, I like that name, filmed similar events and claims that in one instance, she was awoken out of her sleep at 7:30 a.m. and ran to the window to film it. On May 7th, Wookley captured the sounds once more. People in the YouTube comments, because people in YouTube comments always know what's going on, have suggested they are old train wheels. Okay. But NASA's response seems to indicate that it's possible they are a phenomenon of background noise from the Earth. If humans had radio antennas instead of ears, we would hear a remarkable symphony of strange noises coming from our own planet, a spokesperson from NASA explained. They sound like background music from a flamboyant science fiction film. But this is not science fiction. Earth's natural radio emissions are real, and although we're mostly unaware of them, they are around us all the time. While scientists seem to have an idea, nothing has been confirmed. People have theorized everything from, here it is, Chris, alien invasion to, yes, religious judgment day. But one thing is for sure, this stuff is creepy, but pretty
I like my theory, which is airline pilot blaring trumpet sounds as he flies over.
I have one issue with NASA's theory. How come we didn't hear them like 20 years ago or 50 years ago or 100 years ago? How come it's just now? If it's just background noise.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on trumpet sounds in the atmosphere.
Aliens.
However, I guess I would agree with the NASA scientists to a certain degree, but I get your point. Why haven't we ever heard this before? Why haven't we ever heard of this before? But you do have to remember too, Steve, that social media is relatively new. Now, granted, people may have reported these sounds over time, but because social media wasn't as big as it is now, it was very localized and probably didn't get the dots didn't get connected or whatnot. So it's very possible. But it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, well, how come I haven't heard a fucking story about this before? Especially when, I mean, mainstream media has been around for a while. The connectivity of the world's been going on for a while. So, I'm up in the air on this one.
NASA's a bunch of liars, in my opinion. That's what it is.
Wow.
It's aliens.
Look at you.
Yes. It's aliens. And my favorite story of the evening.
If you hear a trumpet in the air, Steve, it's gotta be ancient aliens.
Yeah. You do a good Childress. I like it.
Fucking Childress. I was watching him again last night be a jackass.
That's what he does. This is my favorite story of the evening, possibly of our entire Fortean Slip newscast, and maybe even of the decade.
Wow.
This is
That's
from the New
York
York
bold
Post.
statement.
Well, wait till you hear the story, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Televangelist warns men who masturbate, your hands will be pregnant in the afterlife. This is from the New York Post.
How pregnant?
Well, let's read the story. Maybe it says. A Muslim televangelist advised male followers to stop masturbating because it will leave their hands pregnant in the afterlife. Turkish preacher Mukachi.
Yeah, just go with that.
Yeah.
Just call him Mookie Wilson.
Mookie. We'll just call him. Turkish preacher Mookie told viewers that masturbation was forbidden in Islam. One hadith. Is that
Well, I guess I'm not going to be Islamic, Steve.
Me either. One hadith states, not that I masturbate anymore. I don't need to, but not that I ever did. Never mind. One hadith states that those who have sexual intercourse with their hands will find their hands pregnant in the afterlife.
What if you pull out, Steve, and you're jerking it off on her back? Does he go into that?
He doesn't. I don't know. We'll keep on reading. Maybe it's in there. Is that considered masturbation, or is that just considered, part of...
Is that considered finishing the job?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're touching your dick.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think Mookie should clarify.
I think Mookie should clarify. This was in response to a viewer to his television program. I don't know where his program airs, but I would love to watch it. If our viewer was single, I could recommend he married, but what can I say now, he said. The self-styled televangelist made astonishing comments in response to a viewer's questioning during May 24th show. The viewer said he kept masturbating although he was married, including during his holy pilgrimage to Mecca. Yeah, I don't think you want to masturbate in Mecca. I just don't think it's going to go
Oh,
over
I
well.
would.
According to the Hurriyet Daily News, a news source for Turkey and the region, the Quran does not make a clear reference to masturbation.
I had
And
sex in a
the,
hospital bathroom with a chest tube inside of me, Steve. So, at Mecca, not really a big deal.
yeah, I'm just saying, if you're Muslim and you're on a holy pilgrimage to Mecca,
What's
just
more
saying.
holy than fucking an orgasm?
You got me there, Chris.
See?
I have to agree there.
All right.
Yeah. Han is the guy's last name, by the way. Mookie's last
Solo?
name. Mookie Han.
Oh,
Mookie
oh.
Han,
Oh.
who has more than 12,000 followers on Twitter, was mercilessly mocked on social media after newspapers published his show. One guy said, according to Turkish televangelist Mookie Han, men gonna get pregnant hands. That's what it says.
Is it going to be like multiple pregnancies? Is it going to be like fucking gremlins? Are they just going to like pop out of my hands? I mean, what?
I don't know. There's a.
I jerked off for like 8 hours once, Steve.
Yeah,
How much do I have to worry about?
In a previous show, we've talked about that. And according to at Nikki Massey probably, she wants to know. They say men who masturbate will find their hands pregnant on the day of judgment. What about women who masturbate? Do they get pregnant hands too?
They have to carry the child after it pops out of the guy's hand.
There you go.
It becomes a different biological situation in the afterlife.
I wonder, do you just have one? The question, do you just have one pregnant hand? Well, I suppose if you use both hands, you have two pregnant hands. But does it go by the amount you've masturbated in your life?
I don't know. That was my question. Like, am I gonna have like a litter of fucking Chris's?
12, 13,000 maybe.
It's a fucking
go by each
it's a
time
colony.
you masturbate?
It's like a fucking ant colony.
What if you masturbate twice in one night? Or for 8 hours straight like you did?
And
Man,
quintuplets.
I think every man who's ever lived is going to have pregnant hands in the afterlife. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if they say they are.